Welcome back to the videos. In this video, work continues on my Turbo VF build and we get some fabrication done, so let's check it out. I started off with bolting down the inlet manifold and torquing down the bolts in sequence to 89 inch-pounds. ARP torque converter bolts were torqued down to 50 foot-pounds with blue Loctite on the threads. Starter motor and covers were bolted into place and then the wiring fitted off. A hole was drilled in the plastic under tray to give room for the wastegate dump pipe. Cut out some template pieces out of 3mm MDF for a fan box shroud to be made out of aluminium. This is a mock-up of what the shroud should look like. Drilled holes and then riv knotted in some M6 riv nuts into the crash bar to mount the transmission cooler and engine oil cooler behind the front bumper bar. Here's what it looks like with the coolers mounted up. The top radiator hose was modified to clear the turbo compressor housing. I cut off the bend and then used a 32mm silicon 90 bend with the straight section cut off and an aluminium tube with hose clamps to join the two. A hole was drilled into the inlet pipe for an air temperature sensor bung to be welded in. A hole was also drilled into the dump pipe for an O2 sensor bung to be welded in. The sensor bungs were then tack welded into each pipe. The aluminium elbow was tacked onto the compressor housing before being fully welded. here is all the stainless parts ready to be welded. The wastegate dump was clamped to the wastegate so it could act as a heat sink to minimise warping. The dump pipe was also clamped to the exhaust housing to act as a heat sink and minimise warping. VF GTS Diff popped up at a great price that I couldn't resist, so I will be showing how to fit that into the SS subframe in a later video. So I ended up running out of argon, so that's what cut the welding short. But like always, if you've got any comments or questions, make sure to chuck them below, and thanks for watching.